Oh my goodness. Hello. Good evening. It's me, Rudy. We're back. I need a haircut. My hair's so long, but that's okay. Hello. Today is Wednesday night, so that means that I'm going to be cooking some food with one of my friends. And by one of I'm with, I mean like they'll be on a video call with me and I'll make it in front of them and make them very jealous. Hooray! What an idea for a show. Killing it. Yeah, so my guest today is my friend Lauren, who works in the tabletop industry, but also is a professional musician, which is so cool. Oh, also, big update, got new headphones. They go over my ear, so my earbuds won't be falling out into the food as I cook it. Very exciting. This is a big development. Lauren, let
Safety
me bring you
first.
on. Yeah, let me bring you on. Safety first and food hygiene first, because it's gross. But there's been an ongoing storyline of the earbuds falling out of my ear and me going, damn it, I can't hear anything. The earbuds, they fell out on my ear. So this is
Well,
very exciting. Yes, over the
yes, super
ear.
exciting. Well,
Yes,
you're the one who has to eat the food, so I feel like it is less a
it's
little
true.
less food safety and more.
Yes.
Let's not start a fire.
Yeah. There's a variety of issues that the earbuds were causing, but no longer. No longer.
Yay!
So hey, how are you, my friend? I haven't seen we man for 2 years. No, 40 weeks.
Oh, for
So
Demon Plague, yeah. So it was
yeah,
40 episodes plus,
no, it was
you know,
80. It was wait, no, I'm trying to. No, it was 40 weeks. Yeah, 40
it was,
episodes, right?
yeah, 42. Oh, geez, it's been a hot minute. But
Yeah,
yeah, there was like some pre-show prep stuff, and there were some weeks that we missed because
yeah, yeah. Of
holidays happened. So it
course.
was just it was like a year and a half that we
Yeah,
we were.
yeah.
I missed that show so
You and
much.
I
We
were in a
had so
yeah.
much
We were
fun. I
in
cried when that was
fun.
over. Oh,
Yeah, it was a really wonderful experience. Lauren and I both played in a streamed game, a full Dungeons and Dragons campaign. It had a beginning, a middle, and the end. We did the whole 1 to 20, DM'd
yep.
by James Introcaso. The other players were the great Robert Aducci and TK Johnson, both incredible players. It was a
Yeah.
really good time. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
DM by James, who also wrote the campaign or co-wrote the campaign book, so he had real great knowledge of it. Yeah,
And
it
also, if
was
he
really fun.
decided he wanted to change things, like it's his book,
He
he
could,
can do
yeah,
whatever he
exactly.
wants
He
to.
could do
Yeah.
whatever he wants. There was no sense of I'm obligated to do a certain thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm delighted, and we've seen each other a few times since at conventions. But yeah, it's hard when you're in a game and you're hanging out with the same people every week, and you get really close, and then the game ends, and yeah, I mean, we it was like a promotional thing for the book and for our podcast network, but we were still friends, and we're definitely still friends. So
Absolutely.
it's really
And
nice to see you again.
that was it was a special show for a bunch of reasons. One being I just loved playing with all of you and I thought we gelled really well. We had a great time and yeah, you all became friends. If you weren't friends before. I don't think I'd met Robert beforehand.
Oops.
Um
Yeah.
oh, I'm hearing myself. Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
that was a
worst.
mistake. We're good. We're good. No. It was
We're
on me. It was my phone.
no, it's okay.
We're
It's
good. We're
okay.
good.
But I will say also, because that happened 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago,
I
six
like
years
have
ago.
moved houses and lived in a house for several years since. That was a long time ago. Yeah, it might have been like 2018, I think.
Yeah,
2018, 2019. That was a while ago. Yeah.
it was.
Um,
And at the time, it was still a very unique thing to see a campaign streamed have a beginning, middle, and end. That wasn't the
yes.
norm. To have it go on for more than just a couple of episodes. Usually, the only time you'd see beginning, middle, and end is like we're doing a 5 episode short thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the 1 to 20, like all of that together, there's
Hmm.
still very few shows out there that have done that, and
You're right.
it's something to be proud of.
I feel like a lot of people are like, let's just stream our game, and they have no plan. And
Yeah,
it either goes on and on and on, or it doesn't. It just fizzles. So
yeah,
we went in there. In our, I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but our episodes moved. We followed. Stuff happened. We didn't meander. We didn't get bogged down in combat. Stuff happened in our games.
yeah.
So yeah, I look back on that really, really fondly. It was a great experience. Well, yeah, I can look at that and be like, there, I've done it. I no longer need to play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition ever again.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, we played that game and I haven't touched D&D since then.
Yeah, I'm outside of a few one shots in my dumb book. My book. I haven't really played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, outside of my job and all the other streams that I do, I haven't done anything Dungeons and Dragons. No, not me.
Yes.
I'm the reason, and Dungeons and Dragons is the reason that the show is starting 30 minutes later, because Rudy is amazing. And when he asked me to join the show, I was like, I would absolutely love to because chatting with you is always awesome. Here's the thing,
Yeah.
I work until when your stream starts. In fact,
Yeah.
not only do I work, one of my jobs at Codename Entertainment for Idle
Yes.
Champions is I
Yes.
stream. So I literally was on
Yes.
stream
Yes.
until the very last moment. So he was very nice, and that's why we're late. So thank you.
No, no, no. We'll get into that too. We'll talk about streaming and food because this is a food podcast or food show. It's a cooking show. The title, you see the title, Rudy's Cooking Show.
It's
And today, today we're going to be making waffles.
yeah.
Yeah, we're making waffles, and I went out and I bought a waffle iron.
Which is like the kindest thing I could ever think of. When you asked, hey, what kind of food do you want to do? What's special to you and everything? And I came up with waffles. I was not expecting the answer to be, well, I'm buying a waffle maker. I'm like, no, don't spend money on me.
Yeah, it's a
What?
waffle maker. No, no, no. I mean, oh, whoa, the camera's going everywhere. Any excuse to buy a goofy gadget is enough for me. Goofy
Looks like a
kitchen
nice
gadget. I'm gonna
waffle
get it
maker
to.
too.
Yeah. Oh man, it was on sale. It was from Target. It was $10
Mm.
off. So I could get the classic, or I can get this one. Which watch? Are you watching? Are you watching?
Oh yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
spins. It spins, Lauren.
Oh, that's so cool. So you don't even have to like do the. Oh, that's super
No,
cool.
yeah. It's if you've ever been to like a lot of a lot of hotels that have like continental breakfast have a waffle maker station and
Mm-hmm.
they spin as well. So I feel like I'm at a Hilton hotel, Lauren, having my
There you go.
free continental breakfast. One of the benefits of staying at a Hilton hotel.
Are we
But
sponsored by
yes,
Hilton?
no, we could. I
Okay.
wish. I wish.
Hilton, come on. We've got a waffle
Hilton.
maker.
We've got the waffle maker, okay? I can be showing people what they can have every morning and at no extra cost. But yeah, so we're gonna be making a bunch of waffles. We're gonna be making breakfast waffles. We're gonna making savory dinner waffle dish, and then we're gonna make dessert waffles. So I guess I should make some batter. I already
I mean,
started doing a little
yeah,
prep, but yeah. And today
that's
I'm
usually where
going
you
to
start.
be I'm going to be using Ghetto Gastro, which is Target, is from Target. Target is doing like they're promoting black owned businesses, which this is. It's a pancake and waffle mix. This is their normal one, but they also do a sweet potato one, and I think they did like a strawberry. It was like there was like another fancy one too. So I'm really
Sweet
excited.
potato waffle and pancake mix?
Yes, yes, exactly. And it comes in this cool little tin. The branding is really neat. It just like pictures of waffles and pancakes all over it. Yeah, and
I gotta
they're a
try
little bit more.
this.
Yeah, it's at Target. I think you can buy directly from them as well, but they're on Target and they are a featured product because it is Black History Month. So
Yeah,
that's awesome, and I'm excited. I did a test waffle last night, and I was really pleased with the results. So I'm gonna
excellent.
start making some. I'm gonna double the recipe. We're making 3 waffles today. Maybe I'll triple the recipe. What do you think? You're a waffle expert.
That is the first time that sentence has ever been uttered, and that it's gone on my resume now. The Lauren Urban, waffle expert. I mean, listen, they're waffles.
It's yeah.
The only thing about waffles is that once
Yes,
they are
please.
cold, you have to go through a little bit of a process if you want to rewarm them up.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so you got to keep that in mind.
All right. I'm gonna
But
go.
otherwise,
I'm gonna go 2 times. 2 times, and we can always make more. That's it's not like this is a long process. Is literally waffle batter. I'm trying to get. Let me get on the stream here. Let me get on the cam. Waffle batter goes in bowl. Water goes in bowl. A little bit of neutral oil goes in bowl as well. And here's the thing, Lauren, as a
yes.
pancake waffle expert, as previously mentioned, when you mix waffles, the batter, you need or pancakes, the consistency should be a certain way. Yes.
Yeah, and trying to get that exact consistency is always fun
Yes.
because you want it to be thick enough that it's not going to just run out of the waffle maker, or if you're making
Yes.
pancakes, it's not just going to, coat the entire bottom of your pan. But you don't want it so thick that you have to start spooning it like it's ice cream, because then you just
Yes.
end up with lumpy waffles. Um,
Yes.
but
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 you
waffles are
want
also
lumps in it,
forgiving.
right? You want lumps in the mix as well, I feel like I've read.
Yeah, it's not that you want them, it's that they're fine.
Oh, okay,
It's that
okay.
you kinda just end up with most of the pre-made waffle mix, especially the stuff that, the less you have to add to it, the more the instructions will usually say, "There's
Mm,
gonna be some lumps, and that's fine."
okay,
Um,
okay.
so yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly. So that's exactly. All I'm adding is water and a little bit of neutral oil. So that makes sense that it does specify in here that there will be lumps. That is okay.
yeah. Yep,
So,
and waffles are forgiving, like, you're gonna end up with good tasting waffles. The worst case scenario is you end up with not classically beautiful looking waffles because the batter got a little too
home
thick or whatever.
style waffles, you mean, right? That's my trick. Is if something doesn't look super aesthetically pleasing, why this is home stool, this is or home style, this is this is rustic style. This is how it's supposed to be made. So I don't know what
Exactly.
you're talking about. While this is happening, I'm going to do something else, Lauren, because as I mentioned,
Okay.
we're going to have savory waffles as well.
Yeah.
And the most famous savory waffle dish, I think, is chicken and waffles.
Mhm.
So I could have bought some fried chicken at a local restaurant, Lauren, but on my cooking show, I am going to fry my own chicken.
See, and this is why not having the earbuds that are gonna fall out on you is real
Very,
important,
very
because
good
because
point, Lauren.
nobody wants that
Yes.
falling into a vat of
Deep
hot
fried
oil.
earbud. Look what I did too. I lined the bottom of my, or the top, I should say, of my stovetop with. Have you ever
Oh,
seen this with foil? Yes.
no.
So deep frying, obviously, it's such a messy endeavor. Stuff
Mhm.
splatting everywhere. Cleanup is always so not fun. So I've seen a few people do this before, but I've decided to try it out. We'll see if it does the job.
That's
Here's a
smart.
tip.
That makes a lot of sense.
Thanks. So I'm using a Dutch oven. When you deep fry, never fill it all the way to the top, because then you put the then you put the food in, and the food causes it. What's that called, Lauren? In science, you're a science person. When it's displacement, I guess. Is that what
It
it
it's a
is?
the technical term is a whoopsie.
A whoopsie, yes, exactly. It's a big whoopsie because then it sets your kitchen on fire, and
Mhm.
yeah, that's one of the biggest whoopsies you can make. So
I
always
think
like,
when it's, Thanksgiving turkeys in specific, it's called an explosive
oh
whoopsie, because
yes,
that's oof. Every year.
every year, like 500 people burn their house down or whatever, maybe more,
Yeah.
because they they filled it up too much, or like dropped it in. Yeah. Oh wow. So here's the batter. It's coming together nice. It is thick. It is pretty thick, I have to say. I followed the directions, but it's coming in thick. I think
Uh,
this is also a Belgian waffle maker. I don't know if there's
I mean,
like,
are there other kinds of waffles?
yeah, I guess. I guess Americans, the Eggo, does that count?
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, technically, but yeah, I guess if it's a frozen waffle, eh,
So I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
start my,
It's
yeah.
kind of sad
Go ahead.
that American waffles are the frozen ones.
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna
Mm.
start my oil on medium heat. That's the super hot burner that I'm using. So I'm gonna let that
Mm.
go on medium while we make our first waffle. This one I was really I bought, the spray, like the Pam that you use to spray the waffle iron with,
Yeah.
like the spray stuff. It said on the waffle maker instructions, don't use that. It's bad. It instead
Oh,
recommended just to like brush. So I have like a little brush here. I dipped it in some canola oil and I'm just brushing it. Which I don't know. That seems like the same thing to me. But
maybe it's something about the aerosol
yeah,
spray,
oh yeah,
maybe
maybe.
there's something about it being too full of air, or maybe they just want to be hoity-toity. I mean, either
Could
way,
be.
it's
I mean,
kind
this
of
is a
fancy watching
hoity-toity.
you
Yeah.
watch you brush a waffle maker. It's very, very cooking show. I love it.
How's that ASMR? Yeah, that's really nice.
Wait until
Um,
we get the deep frying going too. There's gonna be
yeah, yeah, yeah.
tons of good ASMR today.
So the first thing we're gonna do is breakfast waffles, yeah.
The
And when I
classic.
think breakfast waffles, I think fresh fruit. And I think my favorite combination, one of my favorite breakfast fruit combinations, is bananas and strawberry. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dice up some banana and chop up some strawberries. I think I might do, yeah. And then we'll get a little extra fancy too. With I have powdered sugar and maybe
Oh.
a little whipped cream as well if we're feeling strawberries and
Ah.
cream classic combo. So
Yeah.
just quick chop these guys. The thing about the waffle maker is I want to be able to keep a really close eye on it. I don't want to just let it go because
Mm.
it cooks waffles really fast.
Yeah, waffles do not take a lot of time once you put it on in there.
No.
And pancakes, both of them are deceptive, and it's because you can't really watch the process. It's
Yes.
you just have to be ready.
That's the thing. Yeah, I might need to do a test waffle, or well, I don't know that I care that. I don't know. We'll consider it.
Listen. If the worst case scenario is you got a slightly undercooked waffle and you got to leave it in there a little longer, that's okay.
You're right. And I guess they're kind of like non-stick already. You know, you do oil it up a little bit more, but it looks non-stickish, right?
Well, that's what I assumed you were going to say when you're talking about the instructions saying don't bother with
Oh,
the spray
okay.
on stuff, was that it was a
Because it's already
non-stick.
non-stick. Yeah.
So it probably is a little bit. Also, that's kind of one of the good ways. The little tiny waffle maker I have does not
Mm.
do the fancy schmancy flip over thing. So that's how I tell whether it's done or not. Is I'll lift up the top, and if the top separates from the waffle in a satisfying
That's
manner,
yes.
that's
Okay.
usually my cue that it's done.
That's how
Uh,
you can tell. Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
mine's I got the little tiny like silver dollar sized waffle maker.
Yes. Do you have a waffle mix preference, or do you make your or pancake waffle pancake mix, I should say, or do you make your own?
I do not make my own.
Okay.
I am not
That.
nearly as good of a cook as anyone. So, so no, I buy pre-made. We've been experimenting with a couple different ones, especially since I got the waffle maker.
Mm,
I haven't found a preference just yet, although I am discovering um so we tried a couple of versions that were like keto friendly or
okay.
had less sugar, because
Yes.
I'm old and
Sure.
we have to watch our diet.
Carbs are good, but also they're the devil.
Yeah, carbs are good and carbs are bad. And
Yes.
what we have discovered, at least of the waffle mixes that are available to us here in my local area,
Uh huh.
they all suck. Oh,
Oh
geez,
no.
keto waffles,
Oh
are
sure. No,
and
I
low
agree.
sugar and like the stuff that they're bad.
Yeah. And if
They're
you're
just
on
like,
keto, the other thing is if you are trying to abide by the keto diet, which I am familiar with, um, it's like you really can't eat that many either.
yeah,
When you look at the serving size, it's like only 2 grams net carbs in one waffle, but it's like a serving size is tiny. So if
yeah.
you want a full waffle breakfast, you're still going to be consuming a lot of carbohydrates in an ungodly amount of fiber. You're going to be eating so much fiber. Uh,
All the fiber.
for real.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah. So
So what
yeah,
I'm trying to remember what specifically we have in the kitchen right now. It might be just basic Bisquick. Like
yeah,
just
the
the
old standby.
yeah, exactly. And since I'm not really a cook, I have the kind that like you actually had to add oil into yours.
I
The
did,
kind that I
yeah.
have, just water.
Just water, yeah.
Just water. Yeah. I'm that kind of cook and where I need as few directions as possible. So yeah,
No, that's
mine
fine.
are listen, I am good at many things. Cooking is not one of them, which is why
Oh,
I was very amused when you asked me onto the show. I'm like, I'm
oh,
glad
that's
you're the one
okay.
cooking.
This is a conversation about eating too. Okay, that's the thing. This is a cooking show, but it's a talk about eating show. Is what I
I
like to
am
say
an
more.
expert at eating. I'm
Let's
very
talk
good at
about
it.
eating because I'm really I've been a bit of a performer throughout my life, but never on the level that you are. I was always an on-stage actor.
Yeah.
But you're a professional orchestral musician, yeah?
Yes.
Orchestral?
Yes.
What's the word? Yes.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. So you're in the pit. You've done it all. Am I right? You've done musicals. You've done
Yeah.
classical. You've done Christmas, whatever holiday music.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
I remember that when we were. You're like the holiday season's coming up, so I'm gonna have a lot of jobs ready. Which, yeah, that was
Yeah.
always cool.
Things have definitely changed a little bit since the
Oh, sure,
panini.
of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's going to take a while for things to come back.
And
Like
by
that was
panini, that
rough.
is that is a cute term for pandemic that you are using.
I don't I don't
It's
remember
food. It's a
who
food show, so I appreciate you using a food term
it's
for the pandemic.
someone else used it. I don't remember who. I cannot claim to have made it up myself. And I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I can roll with that. So
Yes.
yeah, it's been hard since then for live performances and orchestras.
Sure.
Were already a lot of them were riding that line of being profitable well before all of a sudden nobody could work for 2 years. So
Yeah.
it's been a little light for the last couple of years, but yeah, definitely in the back in the normal times, um the December, half of November and December was hardcore holiday music, and I could pretty much have a rehearsal or a concert every single day of the week,
Oof.
every night during the week, and twice on Saturday and twice on Sunday for the entire month, and it would all either be the Nutcracker or Handel's Messiah or a variety of Christmas music that changed a little bit every single year, which I always found fascinating because, like, there's all the standard Christmas music that's actual Christmas music. And then there's always like one or two popular ish songs that
Okay.
creep into Christmas. Um, Recently, it's been the music from Frozen, which,
Oh,
okay,
really?
yeah, yeah,
Whoa.
the last couple of Christmas gigs that I played, both of them had a Frozen medley, which was like, "Okay, do you want to build a snowman? Yes, I do. It's Christmas."
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay, that's thematic. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
it's
Well, the
it's
show isn't inherently holiday themed. Winter is
yeah.
themed.
And
Um.
frankly, I'm more happy about that than I am because before the panini, the popular thing was these are a few of my favorite things from Mary Poppins, which never made any sense to me because that is a song all about wanting to have things, which seems to be the exact opposite of the
Yeah, that's
Christmas
not
spirit.
really. Yeah, yeah, I agree. That's a capitalist spirit, certainly. I'm
It's
going in
very
with a waffle
capitalist.
too.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So I got batter in. I'm gonna close it and turn it.
It looks
Closed,
good.
turned. Okay, I'm a little confused. The instructions said that the ready light, which you can't really see, let me bump this up a little. The instructions said that the ready light, which I'm pointing to now, should be off and then should turn on when it is done. But the ready light is already on, which is confusing. But that's
Mm.
okay. We're gonna roll with it.
I
I
mean, it
mean,
was
as you
warming up for
said,
quite a while, so
yeah. The ready light just went off, so I'm gonna
there you
wait
go.
for it to come back on. Okay. You're right. I think maybe I could have waited a little bit longer for it to cool down, and that
I
would
mean,
have helped with the ready light.
or it was great, and then you put room temperature waffle mix in there, and it cooled it down just
Ah,
enough,
sure.
maybe.
There's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay, my oil is heating up. Even at medium, when you use the biggest burner on your stovetop, it is hot. So I'm going to make while that waffle is going, I'm going to make my fried chicken batter mix. This
Mm.
is J. Kenji Lopez's 5 ingredient fried chicken sandwich. I have boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I'm not using like bone in. I think it's just easier with boneless, skinless. So I'm going to put 1.5 cups of self rising flour
Mm.
into a bowl.
God, I thought that
Um,
said hecklers for a moment. I'm like,
it's
wait.
Hecker's brand since 1843. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you too, as well. Please continue with. I'm very intrigued. I mean, it's so fascinating the life of a professional performer. Something I've dreamed about, but hearing you like every single day, you're doing a rehearsal. Like, Obviously,
Well,
yeah. Go ahead.
well, yeah, before the panini for sure. Since
Sure.
then, it's
Okay. Yeah.
been a much lighter. But yeah, the beforehand when things were really, really cranking, um, it would be normal. I remember one year going to play Nutcracker. We did a whole bunch of services, so we did a bunch of rehearsals, and then we would play like 3 weekends of performances because that's what
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to do over the holidays is go
Sure.
see the Nutcracker. And I remember walking into one of the concerts, and the personnel manager was frantically trying to find a fill in for one of the horn players, the French horn players, because they'd gotten sick. Now, in the classical music world, for you not to show up to a concert
Oof.
sick, they were
Yeah.
probably in the hospital. Like you have to be dying. So, so obviously they couldn't come and they were frantically trying to find somebody. Now, French horn is not an instrument that is there's a lot of people who play it, especially in a large metropolitan area like where I am.
Sure. Hmm.
Everybody was booked. Every single French
Sure. It's
horn
that
player,
season. It's that time of the year.
and it wasn't even like everyone was just couldn't make it. It was everybody was doing another gig at the same time. And so that's how ridiculous it gets. But on the positive side, Christmas would often pay my rent for several months because
Yeah.
then you get to January, and January and February would be dead. So it
Sure.
had a little bit of a balance.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh.
it's a weird life. It is probably way
Oh
more
no, I
romantic
love
on
it.
the outside. That's
Oh,
looking good already.
I think so. I think that's it. I think our first waffle is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels solid.
Looks
Um,
great. And like no spillage on the side.
no.
Like bravo.
Hey, this is my cooking show for a reason. So yeah, here we
Yeah.
go. Very nice.
Looks all fluffy and everything.
I'm gonna put aside the. I also have just regarding the dredge for the. It's just flour and then buttermilk. Are you familiar with buttermilk?
I
Obviously,
I know of.
yeah. When you hear buttermilk, you think like milk, but even better. No,
Uh, mm,
it's like weird and acidic. Like you don't enjoy a little buttermilk. Like you don't have a
no.
buttermilk milkshake.
No,
Um,
no, it is not a thing to recreationally drink.
no, it's disappointing. I think I've talked about this before. Call it something else. Call it acid milk. No, don't call it that.
No. I mean, at this point, everybody's just used to it. Or when you're not used to it, then people have made the mistake once and had some, and then there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Okay, so what did I say we're gonna do with this one? We're gonna do strawberries, banana,
Yeah.
and powdered sugar. Should I do
Now, do
powdered
you
sugar first
also
or on
have? Do
top?
you also have? Oh, oh my God,
Whipped cream.
syrup. There we go.
I do have syrup. I think I'm going to save syrup just for the chicken and waffles.
Okay,
I think that I really want the fruit to stand out on this one, and the syrup
that
might
makes sense.
overwhelm. So and I think the powdered sugar will give it a little bit more sweetness. So we're just gonna. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do this here. Just everybody get on top.
Exactly.
Everybody, everybody be friends.
The right way is the way that makes you happy. But yeah, I will admit that one of the perks of waffles slash pancakes is I am a syrup aficionado.
Oh
And by
really? Oh,
that
I
I
want to
just
show
mean
you the one I have. Yeah.
I just like syrup. I'm married to a Canadian, so I'm required by law
Yeah,
to
well,
like
you're on
maple
the
syrup.
wrong coast in terms of American syrup, right? You're up in the
Oh,
Northwest. Do they
yeah,
have
but
maple
I'm close
syrup
enough to
there? Or?
Canada to get really good
Yeah, I guess that.
Canadian
Yeah,
syrup. So
I guess
yeah,
that makes sense. Okay, so
that's looking
those
good.
are on there. I've got some powdered sugar. I'm gonna like run it through a sieve here. Or no, I think I'll just sprinkle. I don't need to do that. I'm just gonna sprinkle on some powdered sugar. Oh God, that's kind of a mess, but that's okay. That's okay. That's
Eh,
okay. Show the camera. Ooh,
no, I think it
and
still
then
looks good. Listen, it's yeah.
go on with some whipped cream.
See, now I know I'm making for dinner.
Pretty nice. Ooh, I'm gonna take a picture. Picture for the gram.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Especially the nice spiral of the whipped cream on top.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
very
It's all,
lovely.
we eat with our eyes first, Lauren. Oh, I should also say you play French horn, but your name is Oboe Lauren. So
So I play
right,
the
you play a
oboe
couple
and the
things.
English horn.
Oh, English
Sorry,
horn. Excuse me. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
French horn is the big
What a
brass
gap.
instrument that kind of goes in circles.
Yes, I know what it looks
Oboe
like
looks
when I
like a
think of it.
clarinet, but it looks weirder. And English horn looks like an oboe except longer and it has a little buckle, this metal piece on the top. But yeah,
Oh,
a lot of people get the English horn and the French horn mixed up
those
because
horns.
all those horns. Yeah. All right, taste test.
All right, I'm gonna have a bite. Oh.
Go for it. I'm excited.
Mm.
I'm ready
Mm-hmm.
to go to Target and get this waffle mix myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's good. So it does have a
Nice.
little bit of coconut sugar in it, but you don't taste that in
Oh,
the mix itself. Yeah, I think that's like one of
interesting.
their fancy things. They kind of make them stand out. Is there's a little bit of coconut sugar, but you don't taste the
Nice.
sugar at all, really. Mm. Oh, it's so good.
I really want to not only get this waffle mix, but you said they had that sweet potato, so I'm gonna have to look for that because that
Yes, the sweet
sounds
potato.
so cool. I gotta try
That
that.
seems yeah, that seems like a perfect pairing to use sweet potato flour for this kind of thing. All right,
Yeah.
I can't eat too many. I can't eat too much because I have two more waffles to eat.
Yeah, there are plenty more to come.
Uh huh. Mm. So this is going to the side.
All right,
Yum.
first
This is
waffle
so
down,
fun.
first
It's so
waffle
fun to hear
success.
someone eating on stream, right? It's so fun. At least you don't have
You
to
know,
watch me eat.
well, and here's the thing. I don't think you show up to any cooking show, TV, movie,
Mm-hmm.
streaming, whatever, not expecting to see and or hear eating. Like
Okay.
I think the audience is ready for that inevitability.
Yes.
Otherwise, why are you here? Otherwise, what, we're just supposed to make the food, not eat it? Come on.
So this is really fascinating. Just going back to fried chicken. I don't know. Have you fried chicken before in your home or?
I've never fried. Partially because I don't do cooking, but also
Yes.
because yeah, I know how dangerous it can be. And
Yes.
so like I
It
want the
it
only danger for me cooking should be that I've made something bad, not that I've set the house on fire.
it is a little intimidating, but I don't think it's that bad. But anyway, this one's really fascinating because you add some of the wet buttermilk to the dry mix.
Oh.
And what that does, and then you kind of like mix it around, and it makes these little. I'll try and show in a second. I'm going to pour the buttermilk into a second bowl here. It makes these little like beads of flour, kind
Mm.
of, and then those adhere to the chicken. And you know, like really good chicken, really good fried chicken has like those little crispy, craggly bits. That's
Yeah.
exactly what these little beads kind of do. They stick and they stand out, and
Ah.
they still fry really well. Yeah, you
Kind
can't
of
really
help
tell.
keep the fried chicken a little lighter and airier and not turn into something like heavy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but it still remains really crispy. So
That's
that's
awesome.
yeah, that's really fun. That's Jake Kenji Lopez. I don't know if you're familiar. He's like the father of internet cooking. I'm a big fan of his work. So this is something he kind of figured out. Also, last night I did do a little prep. I
Good.
brined my chicken thighs in uh, pickle juice. Yeah?
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So the acidity from the pickle juice, it kind of breaks it down and tenderizes it. And then it also adds a little bit of flavor to it as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I
oh
never
well,
would have
I'm
guessed. I never would have thought pickle juice before frying chicken, but now I'm
yeah,
very intrigued.
yeah. Okay, I'm like there in terms of in heat. So let me just double check. I think this is a really simple thing. You just drop your chicken in the stovetop large, cutting out. So I've got some like leftover crispy bits from the last time. I reused my oil. So if you see some stuff in the deep fry oil. That's what that is. It's fine. It's just like pepper.
That's fine. Reuse,
Yeah.
recycle. It's all fine.
Yeah. Believe me, I always try and reuse my oil when I deep fry because you go through so much of it. You got it.
Yeah.
So this is just we're gonna dip. Okay. Chicken goes in buttermilk. Chicken goes in flour. Chicken goes in hot boiling oil. Not boiling, but hot oil. So
Okay.
3-tiered, easy process.
Easy peasy. No one
Easy
getting
peasy.
burned.
No one's getting
Absolutely.
burned. No one's getting hurt. I am concerned that my camera might get splattered. It's kind of far away. Okay, let me try and get a better angle too. So here's the
I think
yellow bowl is buttermilk.
I think
The
as
white
long
bowl
as
is
it's
flour.
it's sliding into the oil and not dropping in, you should probably be
Yes,
okay.
yeah, and always drop away from yourself. So,
Yes.
and
I
we're
may
we're
not
really
do the cooking, but I've seen enough disaster turkeys
yes,
to know about that.
yes. Oh, we were talking about the turkeys. So yeah, those the wet buttermilk really you can. I don't know if this is showing you as well, but it's really craggly, and you can
Oh
see it's like
yeah.
it really gets in there and adheres nicely. So I'm gonna drop this bad boy. I'm just pushing like a lot too of the flour into the chicken because the buttermilk is so like wet and fatty. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
Let's do this.
Ooh, my oil it might be a little too hot because that is going, but that's okay. We're fine. I don't think it's gonna
That
burn.
looked like a good drop. That looked nice and safe, and
I
there was
felt
no
good about the drop. I felt
splash.
good about the drop.
Yeah.
I'm getting my second piece ready while that guy goes. I think it'll take probably like 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm gonna double fry this, I think. So that
Now
means I'll fry it. Yeah, I'll fry it. I'll take it out. I'll let it rest for a little bit, and then I'll just drop it in again for another
now
few
what is
minutes.
the double frying for?
It just makes it crispier, just like even crispier. That exterior,
Oh.
it has time to rest, and the first it like really gets there and adheres, and then you go again, and it gets even crispier. So, I'm a big fan of the double fry, and it darkens it as well. If you can pull it out lighter and make sure the chicken is cooked through, and then drop it again. Okay,
Yeah.
that guy's going.
All
Dropping the
right.
second piece of
Drop.
chicken in. I'm just gonna do two at a time. I think two is plenty.
Yeah, those look like good sized pieces of chicken, so
Yeah,
don't
they're
want to be
full. They're
crowding the pot.
no. They're boneless, skinless breasts. So let me ask you: while you're in the midst of all of this rehearsing and performing and running around the city, what do you do food-wise? Like, are you just grabbing energy bars? Are you grabbing
Ugh.
takeout? What's the plan?
If I'm if I'm good, I'll bring something with me. It kind of
Okay,
depends on where everything is.
sure,
So, um, the standard in the classical music world for a gig, whether it's a rehearsal or a concert, is 2.5 hours with a 15-minute intermission. And then if you're going to
sure,
do more than one thing a day, there has to be a certain amount of time in between, both so that people have a chance to go and get food or something, but also so you have a chance to rest because
yes,
it is intensive playing when you're doing especially orchestral music. So for example, I have a concert this Sunday. I'm doing a concert where we do have a rehearsal in the morning and the concert is in the afternoon.
okay.
Um, this
Oh my
is
goodness,
a well, that's not uncommon.
really? I
Yeah,
mean, everyone's a professional. That's the thing you have to remember. Everybody is a professional here. So
yeah,
everyone can
and
sight
there's
read, I assume, or
oh
what
yeah,
have you.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And so we had a rehearsal on Monday, so 2 days ago, and then we'll have a rehearsal Sunday morning and the concert Sunday afternoon. It's not it's good for a couple reasons to do it that way, and it's bad for a couple reasons to do it that way. It's just kind of a six of one, half a dozen of another.
sure.
How much money you have to rent the hall, how much time people have, all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of the gigs that I play are freelance. They're orchestras that don't play every single weekend. They're orchestras that play like once a month, and then I just play with a ton of orchestras.
Gotcha.
So the one that I'm doing this weekend, fortunately, because not every orchestra can afford to do this, um, we have a not just a long enough break in between, but they are feeding us.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so
Bonus.
that helps a lot. Now I tend to try to also bring something, um, because as I get older, uh, being careful about what I eat, especially right before a concert, gets more and more important. So
Okay.
making sure I've got like some fruit and veggies on hand and I've got something to drink, just something so that if what they're feeding us is like a whole bunch of big
Pizza.
sandwiches and cookies,
Yeah.
that
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just take this for later. And yeah, because the last thing you want is to eat a big heavy meal and then need a nap in the middle of a concert. So, but if so yeah, that's usually that kind of thing. If they didn't feed us, I would just bring a lunch. um Usually we have enough time if you wanted to go out and get something, and some people do. In a lot of cases I don't like going out, but because you're kind of at the whim of whatever is in that area, and
Sure.
it's the choices can be kind of meh.
Yeah.
um but yeah, being uh I'm lucky where I don't have a lot of allergies to anything. I'm not,
Oh, that's
you know,
another consideration. Yeah, I didn't even think about
yeah.
especially if
Yeah,
they're
I don't.
feeding you, it's like I can't eat gluten. So these
Yep,
pizzas, it's kind of an issue.
exactly. Exactly. And yeah, pizza definitely, like I'm not allergic to cheese, but I'm trying to avoid it because it makes me.
Lauren, as we all get older, the dairy, like our bodies, it's so disappointing. One of the realities of aging is that your
So,
body's just like, dairy, what the hell is this? This is not good for us. Stop it.
right? So actually, this is one of the few things that the panini helped with.
Okay.
Um I have always had um skin full of pimples.
Oh,
There's just something
sure.
that I've had to deal with for the vast majority of my life.
I can deal
Never
with,
figured
yeah,
out why, even well into adulthood.
bad skin
Panini
issues.
comes
Yeah.
along. We're staying at home. I'm doing all sorts of fun things with my diet. And for other reasons that are not important, we did the thing in where you just like cut everything out of your diet and you just start with simple foods and like
Whole 30 or
it wasn't Whole
not
30.
quite?
It's the kind of thing, and like figuring out if you're figuring out if something you are eating you are allergic to, maybe if it's just something mild or
Oh,
something is
sure.
irritating your stomach. So they tell
Yes.
you like,
Okay.
hey, just cut everything out and then for like a day or two just eat like a salad. And
Fun.
then, the next just start adding things back in. So I did that over one of the longer breaks from work that I had.
Okay.
And so I didn't eat cheese for like a week,
Oh,
and it was probably the first time in my entire life I hadn't had cheese every single day, and my skin cleared up for the first
oh,
time. Like, just all of a sudden, I could wake up and get out of the shower and not look at myself in the mirror and look like a teenager. And so yeah, it's the cheese. At every and since then I've confirmed it because I'll have, and I can have a little cheese, but
okay.
like a significant amount of cheese, 2, 3 pieces of pizza worth of cheese, I'll break
Yeah.
out a little bit. And then the more I eat
Okay.
cheese, the more it happens some more. So it's one of those in where like if I show up and they're serving pizza, I'm like, well, I can have this, but then
Yes.
tomorrow I'm gonna have to wear a lot of
Yes.
makeup at the concert. So,
Yeah.
but like I'm not like sick allergic to it. Like I can eat
No, sure.
cheese. So I'm lucky
Yeah.
that way, and where it's just me being vain.
I
But
know. It's hard to balance because cheese, Lauren, cheese is so good.
it's
It's
so
so
good.
good.
It really is. But and I do have still on a
Sure.
semi-regular basis. It's more about portion control.
Okay.
Um and it's I joked a moment ago that it's me being vain. But you know how sometimes you want to be able to look in the mirror and just be happy with how you look for
Yes.
yourself, not for
No, no,
anybody else?
100%. No, 100%. I can relate to that a lot. So
Yeah.
I
And
understand. And to like find it out, that's a revelation, you know? To
yeah.
find
I
out what
mean,
it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, literally 40 some odd years of my life, I just thought I had the worst skin and there was nothing I could
mhm,
do except deal with it. And then all of a sudden, like it was it was amazing. And so now
yeah.
it's it turns into, oh, I don't have to be at a gig or on camera for X amount of time. So
Mhm.
I'm going to give into some cheese.
Sure. Okay, yeah. And that makes it kind of special too, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you can I mean, when you're not eating that frequently, the cheese you eat, you make sure that you get the cheese you want. You know what I mean?
Oh, the
You can get that extra
sharpest Irish
fancy. Yeah.
cheddar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Mhm.
Yeah, Christmas breaks the last couple of years have been full of charcuteries because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I have
Oh.
3 weeks. Like, or like
I
that
used to
weird.
work next to a cheese store, like a gourmet cheese
Oh,
shop. And
oh,
I
that's
don't know if I told this story before, but they had a contest. They had like 15 Facebook followers, but they still like promoted themselves like they had 15,000 Facebook followers. So like every day there'd be pictures, and they ran a contest, and it was like comment your favorite cheese on this post, and you could win $100 gift card. And
damn.
Lauren, I was the only person that commented on the post, Lauren, and I won the $100 gift card.
That's amazing.
And then they did another one, and I told my friend Trisha, and she was the only person who commented on it, and she won $100.
But you know what? She probably never had commented on any of their Facebook posts,
You're
right?
right. Yep.
So they
So
doubled the number of people who've commented on their Facebook posts by
it
giving away
only
cheese.
it only took them $200. Yeah.
$200. But
Oh, it was
but
so good.
now they've got 2 people who the next time they run that contest will go out and be like, "Hey, hey, hey, no one's going to reply to this Facebook post. You could probably
Yeah.
win $100 worth of
You can
cheese.
probably
Do
100
it,
bucks
do
worth
it,
of
do it."
cheese. Pretty exciting. And then it broke my heart, Lauren. They went out of business. But before they went out of business, they had a half off everything in the store deal. Oh my God, Lauren.
Oh,
Yeah, it was very exciting times. Very
yeah,
sad
cheese for
times,
life.
but very exciting times briefly.
Cheese is so
Um,
good. It's
yeah,
it's
cheese is so
it's the
good.
best.
But hey, having clean skin and looking at yourself in the mirror and being really happy with yourself, that's the best. There's
It's
no,
that second part, right? It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
happy, being confident and happy about how I look, and then just not having to deal with that skin, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another aspect. Like, yeah.
Yeah. The,
Um,
the the products that I no longer have to try to use to do the thing, it's now I just don't eat cheese. It's great. Thumbs up.
so on the fried chicken front, our first
Yes.
one, unfortunately, I think the oil was too hot. It doesn't. It
Oh,
looks pretty nice on the
hmm.
camera, but this guy is very dark. Um,
Okay. So a
yeah.
little too fried.
Yeah, a little burnt. The second one came out really nice, though. I'm
Mm.
very happy. And these guys in here,
Ooh.
I really like the color on them. They've got that nice, perfect golden. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
reading really well.
Oh
And
yeah.
they look nice and golden. I'm gonna let them go a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna double fry. The first one, I think I might give that. My brother likes burnt flavor. What do you think about burnt? Like, I guess charred, or
It
I'm trying
depends
to
on
think
the
how to describe it.
food, but
Yeah.
sometimes um like the edges of a really good lasagna, if they get a little crispy
Okay, but
burnt,
that's like
that's
that cheesy crispy burn. I feel like
yeah.
that's different than. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Fried food burnt, it
Yes, fried
depends
food burns.
on
Yes.
I think it depends on the sauce that's gonna be around.
Okay.
Uh, like for the waffles, I don't think it would work real well for me, but if I was doing uh, if I had like some tartar sauce or some barbecue sauce on the side, I think it'd be fine.
Ah.
I think
Yeah,
it'd
I
be
think
totally
you're right.
fine. Yeah,
Oh man,
because at
this
that
looks
point, it's
really
more
good.
just the hard crunch, because I do like that flavor, but I would like to not eat rocks.
I mean, look how crispy and craggly and everything this is,
Yeah,
Lauren.
that's
You can make this at
gorgeous.
home. It really is not hard. It just takes. Oh, I will say, I think that the foil is turned. I see the grease. I see it has splattered all over.
Mm,
So I think that the foil is a game changer if you're going to be deep frying. So
that's
big
awesome.
recommend. And also, whenever you're done frying, hit it with salt immediately when it comes out of the fryer because the salt sticks to it really well with the
Oh yeah.
remnants of grease. It's a little tip, little frying tip. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this first piece of chicken back in, the first two, to double fry them. Again, just to crisp it up a little bit more. And then I'm gonna make another waffle. Lauren, how about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not
How
chicken
about that?
waffles without the waffle base.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
Um,
that these two are next to each other, I see the
can you? Oh, you
the
can see the
color
difference.
difference.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
see the color difference definitely. I think that I need to make more waffle batter after this one too. So for this big waffle, I think the mix it's like one serving is one waffle essentially,
Yeah.
which that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that looked like a really not just a big in terms of the quantity of waffle, but like it also looked like it was nice and fluffy and just really tall and
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
a one waffle is plenty for a meal. Yeah, but that chicken's looking real good.
yeah. This one not so much, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna let
Fried
my oil get a little bit more hotter for the
yeah.
last two, and I'm gonna.
Fried chicken is one of those things I had to learn how to love because I had a bad experience with fried chicken when I was
Oh,
a child. I should say my family had a bad experience because we
oh, okay.
got fried chicken from a popular chain restaurant that
Hmm.
makes fried chicken, and
Hmm.
the only thing the one thing that you don't want out of fried chicken is for it to be soft and
Yes.
wet.
Yes.
Yeah, it was bad. And so it took me a while to kind of get over that experience. But when I finally started trying some really good fried chicken, um, I remember going to Texas, to Austin, Texas for a convention years and
Oh,
years and years ago. And there's a place in Austin, Texas, Gus's Chicken. I still remember it.
Gus, eh?
Gus's, yes. Um, absolute the and I've had since then really good fried chicken in a bunch of different
Mm-hmm.
places, but
Mm-hmm.
Gus's stands out to me not just because it was excellent, but the batter, whatever they used for it, the frying, however they fried it, it was almost tempura light. It was
Oh,
it
okay.
was so light and but then crispy
Mm-hmm.
and so it didn't feel you know how sometimes fried foods can just feel heavy and full of oil
Yes,
and this
sure.
was it was I could pick it up with my bare hands and there'd be no grease anywhere and it was just delicious. So
That sounds
yeah,
really
I
nice.
am
Yeah.
knowing about this double frying thing, I'm gonna keep that in mind because
Yeah.
that may be one of the ways to do that.
Yeah. There's a style of fried chicken called Taiwanese fried chicken. Like it's Taiwanese. It's like a street food in Taiwan where they
Okay.
use tapioca starch actually.
Oh.
Yeah, which is actually pretty readily available in your local grocery store. I don't know if you're familiar with Bob's. If you're doing the whole keto mix thing, there's a brand called Bob's.
Not offhand, but we're doing
Yeah, they do a lot. Okay, go ahead.
oh, yeah, we're doing keto, not in the sense of we're actually doing keto. It's that we're
Yeah, you
old,
were
and
just
so we're just looking for keto options because it's
yeah,
less carbs. So,
definitely. But
but those
they
are
do
looking
like a
great. Oh,
bunch of yeah. I'm happy with those. They do a lot of alternative flours, so
yeah,
often they'll be like they do a lot of different keto things. But yeah, it's really great. It's the lightest, airiest, most delicious fried chicken I've ever made. So I huge recommend. My brother's like obsessed. He was really bummed that I was making normal fried chicken today and not the Taiwanese style. I mean normal, like American style, I guess I would say, and
yeah,
not the Taiwanese one. I'm gonna turn off my heat, which is a good idea. And I need a little bit more oil. Yeah, I'm just making more batter mix. It's just not enough.
yeah.
So
Get a get a nice waffle base, getting ready for those gorgeous
yeah,
chicken,
chicken
pieces of chicken.
pieces. Oh, chicken.
Now, here's the other scary thing for me about the giant pot of oil because I'm assuming
Okay.
at this point you're done frying chicken.
Yes.
So how long do you got to just let all of that sit
I'll
there?
do it like overnight. Like I know
Okay.
that my brother's not gonna be. It's only 8:30 here in the East Coast, so my brother's not gonna be cooking anything else. So I know that it's okay. I don't need to like. He's not gonna be using the stovetop at all. So
Okay.
I'll leave that overnight. And like I said, often I'll reuse. I think I'll do 2 fries before. This is the second fry. I'm not keeping this oil. It has gotten really, really dark. It is very not delicious looking at all.
Yeah.
So this one's gonna get dumped into. I'll put it right back in the container it came in. This is just canola oil. So
All
and then
right.
I'll just throw the whole thing out. Again, I'll wait for it to get nice and cool down.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was gonna ask because I'm like, I don't even know how long you need to wait for that. I don't know
Yeah,
how you even test it,
it's
you
probably gonna
know?
be okay in a couple hours, but I'll wait till tomorrow just to be
Yeah,
on the safe side.
it
Okay,
can't hurt
waffle
to be
going
extra
in.
cautious.
No, not at all. When you're dealing with oil, I
Mm,
think maybe a little bit more batter. That's
yeah,
the, like I
cooking
don't
burns suck.
last. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say cooking burns suck.
Oh, 100%.
Mm,
Oh, let me also. Okay, so you mentioned in your last thing you were talking about your chicken, your fried chicken adventures.
yeah,
You go to a lot of conventions, Lauren. You
I
do.
do.
You do.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you go to a convention, Lauren, you're having so much fun, you forget to eat.
Oh.
So, what are some of your convention tips? What are your some
Ooh.
regarding food?
Um, I mean, the general one, and this has gotten more true the older I get for sure. But even when I was a much younger person, there were two
Mm,
things that kept me relatively healthy during conventions and
please.
not exhausted. And it was
Okay.
making sure I got at least 6 hours of sleep a night
Okay.
and eating, getting fruit and vegetables into my diet somewhere, which is not
Yes.
always
Okay.
easy. And so
Love
my
it.
biggest tip for conventions is making sure that at some point during the day I leave the convention center to get food because I
Mm.
don't know about you, I've never been to a convention center that had food in it that was anything close to healthy.
No, it's always chicken fingers, hamburger, hot dog,
Yep.
mozzarella sticks, and
Yep.
French fries or soda.
Yep.
We saw each other at PAX Unplugged. It was kind of funny. There's a water fountain set up or whatever, but there's this soda company. It's called like Wild Bills or something like that.
Oh
They
yeah,
just
that has
like
the big
yes,
booth with the big cups in
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So there are two gigantic. It's almost like trucks. They must fill them up with kegs and kegs of soda, and you
Yeah.
can buy a big mug and get unlimited refills. And the line is always very long, but still, I can't even imagine drinking
Yeah.
so much soda
That's a
during
lot
a
of soda.
convention. It's so much soda. And this is like
Yeah.
cane sugar, naturally sweetened, so it's like extra, extra sweet. I mean, I'm sure it's very, very good soda. But
Oh yeah.
when you're also eating fried chicken, I mean, the French fries and chicken fingers, and soda doesn't help.
Pizza and
It didn't
yeah.
beat, yeah, pizza. Soda as your primary liquid intake is probably not ideal. Oh no, we're sticking. I didn't do a great job. I didn't oil it up enough. Oh no, what do I
Uh-oh.
do? What do I do? I think I can figure it out.
Well, it'll probably peel off pretty
I'll
well.
give it a few
Like,
seconds. I'll give it a few more seconds. Yeah, I'm sure it'll
yeah.
peel off well. Let me get my fucking knife ready.
But yeah, that's my biggest suggestion
Okay,
for
yeah. Just
conventions
get out.
is force
Just
yourself to take
force
the
yourself to
time
get
to
out.
leave the convention center and go get food somewhere where you can
Yeah.
get something green, where you can
Yeah.
get something at least moderately healthy. If possible, also
Ooh.
breakfast, because I feel like dinner is the hard
Mmm.
one. Dinner is usually where a lot of people at conventions, you're gonna get together with a bunch of folks and go somewhere for food, or you're all gonna go back
Yes.
to the hotel and order in. And so dinner for me seems to be the one in where I have the least amount of control over the food because we're all getting together to do something. Oh, there we go. There's
Okay.
that. Oh,
I think
that
this
looks
looks
so good.
pretty nice. All right, here's the
Yeah.
syrup. What we got, and Luke, please weigh in if you're in chat. This is from the Maple Guild, okay? It is
Ooh, okay.
100% pure organic maple syrup, grade A golden.
I mean, it's got all the
Certified
correct words in
organic
there.
by Vermont Organic Farmers. Yes, this is not Mrs. Butterworth or whatever. I think this is really nice maple syrup. So I'm just gonna drizzle. I don't want to go too. I mean, when you do chicken and waffles, how much syrup do you usually? Do you put syrup on
Uh,
yours or
I
no?
do. I do, and I probably put too much if I'm
Too
honest.
much? Let me get another angle here so we can watch me pour here.
Yeah, I'm sure it does not take a lot, but I'm with any waffle, chicken waffles, breakfast waffles, savory waffles, whatever waffles, I am I am a fan of syrup.
Yeah.
Like I said, I usually have not only some really good stuff. Luke brought home this whiskey syrup from a trip that he took to Scotland a couple years
Oh,
ago. I could just chug that right out of the bottle. It's so good. I would not I would I would be very sick for a couple days, but for
sure.
about 5 minutes I would be real happy.
The other thing that's so interesting about really nice maple syrup is that it's not, when you think of syrup, you think of like this thick kind of like viscous kind of
Oh,
sweet,
yeah.
but it's
No.
not. It's thin. It's almost
Yep.
like a liquid. Yeah, it's almost yeah. Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, good syrup should pour. Good syrup, you should be able to accidentally put too much on. It shouldn't
Yes.
be so thick that it's easy
Oh
to
whoops.
stop.
Yeah, it's easy to go. Oh whoops. That was. Oh
Yep.
well.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
all
how they get
right.
you. Oh
Too much.
man, I'm very happy with how this turned out.
That looks amazing. Especially that piece of fried chicken. That looks absolutely delicious.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
I'll
you
be
what, it's not hard. It's not hard to fry chicken. It really isn't. Just
watching you
take
do
your
it. I
time.
am
Uh huh.
inspired.
Okay.
I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I now have slightly more confidence the next time it comes up. We'll see.
Good.
We'll see. I am also very blessed that Luke is an excellent cook and
Oh, okay.
also loves to cook. So on a regular
Oh,
basis,
that's
I don't
awesome.
have to worry about the fact that I am not that because he
This is your
takes care of
lovely,
it all.
lovely husband, Luke, that we're
Yes.
referring to. Yes. So, what are some of his go tos? What are some of his favorite meals to
Oh,
cook?
he's got a bunch. He goes in waves. So he watches a lot of TikTok videos that include a lot of the,
Mmm.
here's cooking
The
tips.
trendy foods or cooking tips.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he has these waves of like chicken pot pie has been the recent thing. He's been doing all
Oh.
sorts of versions of chicken pot pie, which have all been real good. Um, the other day he made fried rice.
Hmm.
Let's see, the chicken pot pie is the most recent thing, but yeah, he's just every once in a while he's just like, I saw this thing on TikTok and I want to do it and let's do it.
I love that.
He was the one who found um speaking of Thanksgiving, since we were talking about the turkey, um, because it's usually just the two of us, or we'll
Mm-hmm.
get together for like a Friendsgiving kind of thing.
Sure.
We never want to get an entire turkey and make
Yeah. Of
the
course.
whole thing.
That's a lot of food.
Um, yeah, but he found on TikTok this recipe that was the intention of it was you take your Thanksgiving leftovers and use that and you make them into these they were basically like uh Thanksgiving uh pastries. You
Okay.
uh and so you would get the um words. Uh you'd get like the muffin pan and you'd put some of this pastry at the bottom
Oh.
of the muffin pan and then you'd put the turkey in and the stuffing in and the mashed potatoes in and then you top it. I'm sure it's more complicated than that. I'm sure Luke actually did like cooking things, but then you put it into the oven and bake it, and now you've got this crispy, uh, basically like turkey leftover that's better than just like here's a turkey sandwich. And
Yeah.
so,
It's
on
Thanksgiving
a
leftover, right? It's got it all. So,
exactly, and so on a
yeah.
regular basis, we'll buy like a a turkey breast, and I'll
Sure.
make a
Okay,
little bit
yes.
of stuffing
Yeah.
and some mashed potatoes, and then we'll just do that. We'll just go straight for the muffins of Thanksgiving goodness.
Thanksgiving muffin goodness. I love that.
Ah,
That
it's
looks
real
that
good.
sounds really fun. Yeah. Are you familiar with the gobbler sandwich? Have you heard of that before?
This
I guess
sounds
it's like a
familiar, but
northeastern thing.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I've been away from the Northeast long enough that I've forgotten.
Mm.
Oh,
It's basically like that at Thanksgiving, but it's like a sandwich.
oh,
So
okay.
it's got the turkey, it's got the cranberry sauce, it's got the
Yeah,
stuffing. They even do mashed potatoes and gravy sometimes. Do you know Wawa? Do you know Wawa?
I do. I am familiar with the Wawas. Yes.
Yes. So it's very popular at Wawa every year. They're like, the gobbler is back. You know, it's a big promotion. The turkey sandwich, the Thanksgiving sandwich. So yeah.
Also, you just get to say, "I need to go to the Wawa to get the gobbler," which is
I
an
need to
amazing.
go Wawa get a gobbler. Yeah, I need to
I'm
go get a
getting my
gobbler.
gobbler to Wawa. That's just
Yeah,
an
gotta get a
amazing.
gobbler from Wawa.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it so much.
Okay, we're gonna do one more waffle. This is incredible, by the way. I'm really happy with how the chicken turned. I've like
Good.
torn it apart. And
It
I did
looks
go back and
delicious.
put more syrup on there. Um, Lauren, what am I gonna do with all this fried chicken, Lauren? I made four. I made four fried chickens. Oh
Well, the
boy.
fried chicken, like the good thing about fried chicken is that's easier to reheat. Like there are things
Yes,
you can do. You can
definitely.
put that in the oven. You can put that in the, that you can heat up again, and it's going to be just as good. So you can
Well,
overmake the fried chicken, but oh, that
mm,
looked. Yeah, you finished that. You devoured
pretty
that.
much. Yeah. I'm just gonna
Good
move
for
it out of the
you.
way now. Good for me. I don't know if that's the word I use. Okay.
Listen, you made something delicious. Enjoy.
Last one. We're doing. What time is it? Are we good? Okay. Yeah. This is gonna take
Yeah,
10,
25
10,
minutes,
15. Yeah.
plenty
Give
of
me plenty
time.
of time. Okay.
Plenty of time.
So here's. You might need to help me out here because I've got lots of stuff. But what is a dessert waffle in your opinion? I've got some
So,
nice. I've got some Nutella.
oh yeah, Nutella,
I've got
absolutely.
Haagen Dazs, vanilla ice cream. We've
Oh,
got
interesting.
strawberries. We've got whipped
Okay.
cream. We've got banana. I feel like there's a combination here that screams dessert more than our breakfast one. Let me just double
Honestly,
check to make sure this one tastes good again. Let me just double check.
honestly, take your breakfast one and add the Nutella, and
Yeah,
you're there.
you think that's
Like,
it?
well, at least for me, that's the easiest. And if not Nutella, I have gotten with just like regular chocolate sauce on it.
Mm.
Also, and this is more of a pancake thing, but I have seen it in waffles doing like a chocolate chip waffle. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how you actually put the chocolate chips in the waffle mix and do the
I think you
waffle
just.
without
I think you
thinking.
just put it in the batter.
I think so, but I also know that I don't know enough about it.
Hold on,
But
hold
yeah,
on.
the
I'm headed to my closet of
uh-oh.
treats. Of course, I've
Uh-oh.
got three different kinds of chocolate chips. Of course, I do.
But yeah, dessert waffle, like uh that's basically dessert waffle is just kind of what you did as a breakfast waffle, except being unabashed about it being dessert stuff.
Okay.
Um, and it would be in because of the Nutella or the chocolate chips or both.
Yes,
It's
we had to
probably
make a
the only
choice.
waffle without. Well, you can do both, but it's probably the only waffle without maple syrup.
Yeah, I would agree. No maple syrup. I
Yeah.
didn't put maple syrup on the first one either. But so I've got Heath Bar bits. Heath Bar.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the Heath Bar? This is English
I
toffee.
am. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't need to use those, but I do have milk chocolate morsels. Um,
I mean, the other thing,
I
if you want to
really
just
love the idea.
play it
No,
safe, you could just put the morsels on the waffle after it's done cooking.
no,
Because
no,
once
Lauren.
again, yeah, like the
We don't play safe here. Not on my cooking show. We do the stupidest things possible. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put some chocolate chips inside the batter, just plain. I'm not gonna use the Heath. I'm concerned that the toffee might get really sticky or something like that.
oh yeah, toffee and a no,
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
not dangerous. That's just asking to ruin your waffle maker, I think.
It
Yeah.
probably will be fine, but yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. So I'm gonna just do a little, not a lot of chocolate chips, because I still do want to use the Nutella.
Yeah.
So just like a little, that's about enough. Like literally
Yeah.
2 tablespoons, a teaspoon. Really, not a lot of chocolate chips.
Just enough so that every
This is about
forkful
it.
has a good chance of getting at least a chocolate chip.
Exactly, exactly. And I think I'm gonna do the Nutella, and I really want to put the ice cream on top too. So I think I'm gonna put some ice cream on top too.
Yeah, the like finishing it all up and putting some of the ice cream
Just
on
a
the
scoop
top
of
of
ice
it.
cream on top. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just yeah, it's the waffle version of like apple pie with ice cream, just like a
Mm.
fresh pie out of the oven that you
Mm-hmm.
then put cold ice cream on top of and you get a little bit of that cold and sweet and
Yes.
warm and crispy and
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
I needed a
Waffles are a
plate.
medium for almost anything.
Waffles, it's on the box of the waffle maker. It's like savory, sweet, spicy. You can do it all. And you know what?
Kinda,
They're right. They know what
kinda,
they're
yeah.
doing. They should have. They don't. They can do a Facebook $100 gift card thing, and I'll have plenty of people entering. Oh,
There
this
you
is a
go.
lot of mix too. I think this is. I finished it basically. I think these are just super waffles. What I've been making. They're just really. That's the thing is like you don't need to put a lot in. You don't need, or you can put a lot in. It's all going to turn out waffle in the end, and that's all that
Exactly.
matters. All right.
You've been these first two though,
Push
you've been
and turn.
excellent about putting in just
Whoop.
enough so that it's a full waffle, but it doesn't
Yes.
spill over. And that's the
Yes.
sign of a true professional.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. I'm but a
It's
waffle
true.
novice. You are the waffle
Listen,
master.
the less you have to clean up, the more masterful your cooking technique is.
That's a
That's my
very
opinion.
good point. That's a very good point. All right, what other questions do I have for you? We got through a
Okay.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. Okay, this is a fun one. Um, in the game we played together, which we talked about earlier, you played like a bird person. Yeah.
Yeah, and Eric Okra.
Yeah, which is a bird person. In Dungeons and Dragons, it's like a big bird.
Yeah.
Bird person, like not like Big Bird, but a big bird.
Well, now I need to play Big Bird in a game.
Yeah.
But that's a different show.
And I think basically you. I don't know that we really got into. Oh, we're dribbling out the sides. We got
Oh,
side spillage.
it's the chocolate chips. It's the chocolate
Might
chips. It must
be.
have done it.
This is
Yeah.
batter though. It's not just chocolate chip. It's batter and chocolate chip.
But I
Okay.
mean, it added just enough extra
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah, a little bit of dribble is not. I mean,
It's
that's why
fine.
the waffle maker comes with the plate underneath it,
Yes,
right?
it comes with like exactly. Right. I was just about to talk about the plate underneath.
Yeah.
Well, they know what they're doing at this company who made this waffle maker.
Yeah.
I'll say
Oh,
the
and that's
name.
just a
I'll
little
say the
bit.
name at the end. Yeah, it's just a little. Oh, and it's yeah.
Yeah.
Right off. There we go. Still good as new. So yeah, what do you think? I think as a party when we traveled together, we didn't get too much into food
I don't think
because I
so.
didn't want to sidebar the entire game. But like, what do you think bird people eat when they're all together having a family bird people dinner? What's a bird people dinner like?
I love bird people dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So that character specifically, I've got two answers for this.
Okay,
That
okay.
character specifically, I used some of the hardcore in-game lore about Aarakocra and where they come from the plane of air,
Yes, I
and
remember this.
they
You're like
were
the guardian.
yeah the protectors of this portal back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that one of the reasons they left was because life was boring there.
Hmm.
And so I think so this character's name was Rock. I think it's not that they have a favorite food, it's that finally getting away and out into the world, they probably became an omnivore and just tried everything.
Ah, okay.
I think there was not a single edible thing that was presented that was not at least tried once or twice, maybe three times. Um, so I definitely see Rock showing up in all the places and being excited to try anything. Oh, that waffle looks so good.
That's basically how I live my life. So maybe I am a bird person secretly.
It's a good way to live. It's like,
Definitely.
I personally feel like it's worth trying new things twice. Once because you don't know
Yes.
what it's going to be. And so you might think you don't like it just because it's not what you expect. And then you try it
Mm-hmm.
again knowing what to expect. And yeah, I think Rock not
100%.
only
100%.
yeah. As for other Aarakocra just in general,
Yes.
I love I love in D&D playing all of the non-standard human races. I play Aarakocra, I play Dragonborn, I play Kobolds, I play Harengon. The less they look like humans, the more I want to play them. but I
Hmm.
also enjoy playing against type as far as, well, this is a bird person.
Established lore. Oh, okay.
Well, less about established, more like you look at a bird person, you're like, oh, you must eat like seeds and worms. You look at a herringon, a rabbit person, it's like,
Ah.
oh, you eat grass and this. So I love the idea of like meeting this giant eagle humanoid, this raptor who just like smoothies. Is
Smoothies.
super into like vegan smoothies. So yeah, I think for other Aarakocra it would definitely be, what's the last thing you would expect an eagle to eat? Um oh, salads. Okay, here we go. Like uh so that's where I'd go with it. I love this
Salads.
the artistic
Oh
Nutella that
yeah.
you
Okay, you're
got.
watching this, watching me be
Oh yeah.
dopey. Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to get some nice even coverage. That's all.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you eat with your eyes before you
Indeed.
actually eat with your mouth.
Indeed.
So gotta make it look pretty.
Okay. Yeah, I think the chocolate chips turn out fine. I don't see like chocolate on the. Oh, there's a little bit of chocolate on the waffle iron, but again, because we greased it nicely, and I think it is like a little bit nonstick. Okay, yeah. So, you
Good.
can't really see the Nutella, but it's in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit, and the ice cream looks really nice on top too. So I'm gonna take a picture of this one too. Taking pictures of all of them. Taking pictures of the waffle cart.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Ugh, okay, and now I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna dig in. I'm digging in. Last
Mm.
waffle of the day, Lauren. I've eaten quite a bit of waffle
Yeah,
today.
you were pretty good about that first one about
Yeah,
pacing yourself, but then the
it
chicken
was a
came
lot of
along
hot
and
talk. A lot of hot
yeah.
talk, Lauren.
Yeah.
I'm a
Listen,
fool.
the chicken looked real good.
Ugh, the chicken tastes really good. Okay, is this
I mean,
too
I'm
much
serious. I'm gonna
Nutella?
go
I don't
make
know.
waffles after this.
I have
Which
infected you.
I don't have anything for dessert waffles, but I do have bananas. I do
Banana.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm making some banana waffles. Blueberry
Okay.
waffles are also the,
Oh, good
yeah.
call.
You'd
Okay.
spend the extra money to get those big fat blueberries.
Oh, the Jumbo Boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then just like every single crag of a waffle, just stick one of them in there and then cover it with maple syrup, and I'm happy. How is it?
This is so decadent. What a
Yeah, right?
decadent dessert this is, truly.
Right?
Yeah.
You've had the waffle gambit.
Mm, I've done it all. I've done it all, Lauren.
This is why I love waffles, is because you can do almost anything with them.
And I'd do
It's
it again.
almost the perfect food.
I wouldn't hesitate.
Mm,
I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
good.
Oh my goodness.
Is
Oh,
that
all right.
Haagen-Dazs ice cream on top of there, or is that
Yeah, it's Haagen Dazs. I got a little
oh
fancy. How about the Haagen
y-
Dazs?
listen, that's, if you're gonna do it. Oh, it's their vanilla. Yeah. Good vanilla ice cream is so underrated. People hear
Truly.
vanilla and they're like, ah, it's
It's not
just
a
plain
flavor?
vanilla.
No, you
But
fools.
if it's good
Vanilla is a
vanilla ice
flavor.
cream, oh, it's so
Oh, yeah.
good.
All right. I gotta stop. Last bite. This is so rich and like this is so nice. Like you can taste the chocolate chips too. The Nutella is there, but the chocolate chips are there too, and the ice cream on
Yeah.
top. The coldness of the ice cream contrasts really nice with the hot waffle. It's just
Mm-hmm. It's been a waffle success.
for real. Mm, mm. Okay. And this has been a Rudy's Cooking Show episode success, Lauren, because you're such an A
Hey.
tier guest.
Oh, thank you. You've been an A-tier host.
Oh, I try. But thank you so much for coming on. Um,
My
I,
pleasure.
I hope
And
you have
now I'm
waffles after
starving.
this. Yeah, for real. That's yeah. Like I said, we were talking beforehand. Got to figure out that technology to feed you over the internet. Just
Mm,
I'll
one of these
push
days.
it into my computer and it comes out of your computer. One of these
I
days.
That'd be so good. It's scratch
That'd be
and
pretty
sniff
great.
streaming. Yeah, it'd be great.
How do we figure it out? Okay. Was there anything you want to plug to my 4 viewers?
Uh, well, if you want to find out more about me, come to my website, lauren-urban.com, which has
Hmm.
become an easier way to tell people where you can find me because all the socials have become dystopian. So check out lauren-urban.com. You got to put the dash in there because there's another Lauren Urban who plays the oboe who's out there who has the other website.
No.
But
Are you serious?
yeah, we have to fight someday.
That's
She's fine. I'm
crazy.
sure she's
I'm
lovely.
sure.
Uh,
I'm sure.
yeah, but what I try to do is there's stuff in the website, but if you just go to the front page, you'll see a couple of links to current things that I'm excited about, and then
Uh-huh.
you can also get the link tree to the socials that I'm currently
Sure.
participating in, which
Okay.
are a small amount. So yeah, come check that out, and you'll see I post about 70% TTRPG stuff, 25% oboe things, and 5% the random stuff that comes across my feed that makes me happy.
Of
Like
course.
just before this stream, I was talking about bisexual space Oreos that I have that make me so happy. So that is my social feed,
Yeah.
and yeah, the only other I stream with Codename Entertainment for Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms. That's my job.
Yes.
The job is
Oh,
I make content for them. So if you
it's
come
so
by,
cool that your character is in that game. That's like
I'm not gonna
so
lie.
cool to me.
I'm not gonna. It's so she's been in there for a couple years now, and it
Yeah.
still makes me happy. I'm just tickled about it. So yeah, if you play Idle Champions, you can play with my Dragonborn cleric Orkira, who
She's
is
friends with
lovely and wonderful.
Drist.
Huh?
Friends with Drist, maybe. Your
Well,
character.
you
Could
can
be.
put her in the
Yeah.
same
That's what I'm saying.
formation. I haven't in TTRPG games, she hasn't met Dritz, but
Yeah.
now I have a new goal.
Meet
But
him,
yeah,
and then Lauren, kill him for me. Kill Drist. Meet him and kill him for me. Okay.
I mean, that's you're asking the wrong character. She's a
All right.
cleric.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
She got along with Jarlaxle.
What a
So,
turn that would be. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
So
she
that's
gets
like
along.
half a Drist, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he was charming. He was pleasant. He wanted to help people, and so she didn't know any better about what Jarlaxle does when he's off doing other things. She was like, "Yeah, he's a cool guy." But yeah, that is me, and that's where you can find me. And otherwise, you can find me eating the rest of these Oreos and wishing that I had some more waffles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll be back next week, I think, with another guest. TBD.
Nice.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes things fall through, and so you got to find somebody else in a hurry, maybe, or maybe you don't even do one next week. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Lauren, so much. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you. This
evening.
has
Thank
been
you, everyone, for
awesome.
watching, and I'll be back later. Bye.